to tag along, so why don't you give your mouth a rest?
The Escape Pod.
Welcome to Turnstile Records presents The Escape Pods. I'm JezBot.
Timmy Taco.
MikeyT.
It's a broadcast.
Back in the house.
Back in the house. Good to be back.
Welcome. It's been a while.
Can you remember what episode it was that you were on?
No.
Oh.
I stopped listening after that. So.
Yeah, that's right.
That was. Do we do the? Was that the court case?
Could be.
Court case. Then we did one.
Then we
after
did
that.
one after that.
Good episodes.
Broke ass.
The broke ass.
Broadcast. So many memories.
It's great memories. Great. But
So
it's good to be
many
back. I know. I think I missed a season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, Oscar missed the season, so
It'll happen
But
from
I'll
time
make
to
up.
time
I'll make up for it. I'm sorry.
with research and witty banter.
this is episode 7.
Have we got another guest coming in? Is that, or is it just
Oh,
me?
no,
With
just
the-
you.
with the
With
witty
the
are
witty
the
banter,
witty-
yes,
you are the
yes.
witty banter.
Yes,
Shit.
I'll need it from you.
There's pressure. Look, I've got lots of kids. I don't need more pressure.
Yeah, why are you here?
Thanks. Why wasn't I here and why am I here? Well, I'm on holidays. I've got 3 weeks holidays
can't believe
now. I know.
Oh, school holidays.
Working in the school system, it's unbelievable. You get loads of holidays.
Loads and loads.
That's good.
Loads and loads.
What do I do on the holidays? I work. I work.
Gigging.
In fact, we gigged last week. You and I, Tim.
Oh yeah, we did.
We did a gig last
More
week.
of those. More gigs like that.
Yep, that was good.
Good
fun.
money. Little work.
Weddings.
No, this was a corporate gig actually, and
Nice.
it was a corporate
all-
gig for the.
Strictly anal.
It was all anal.
Association.
Right.
It was there's a Victorian company or Australian company called A&L, and they're shipping
Windows.
company.
Yeah. Oh, are they? Because I know an A&L Windows as well.
A&L.
Anal windows.
Yeah.
Oh,
So keep going. There is only one anal window, Tim. And,
they had the big. It was a big
It's a window
corporate,
to the soul.
corporate party thing, and the CEO is we're all on stage, and the CEO is doing his little address, and he kept saying, "We're number 2 at the moment. We're number 2," and the tie between number 2 and anal was a little bit too much for us
yeah.
to.
I see what
We're
you
up
We
the
are
back
number
snickering.
Number 2s?
Who does number 2 work for?
Well, we're going to try to keep it above board this episode.
Oh, hang on, one
We
more
did-
thing.
yeah,
Sorry,
below the
about
belt,
the
yeah.
anal.
Okay, cool. One more.
Remember,
anal.
we did this gig last year, and they were projecting because it's a shipping company. They've got ships, and they name the ships, and one of the ships was called the Explorer, the Anal Explorer.
Ah, good. Yes.
We loved it.
And,
And there was the Penetrator. Or
Yeah,
no, I
what
think
did
I'm
you
making
what
that up.
did you learn? What did you learn at that gig? We taught you something about ships and the like. Was it the expression?
Please don't put me on the spot. This
Was
isn't
it, was
the
it
show
ex-
notes.
No,
What?
it isn't. I'm just putting you on the spot. Was
Right.
it the expression docking?
Oh,
yes.
yes.
What docking was all about?
Yes.
Unfortunately,
And then what was the other one called? That
learned
was
something
pretty
new.
filthy.
Yeah,
Go
well,
into
just
Anyway.
if it comes to you, thank you.
I remember it.
I'm
but
glad
I don't
you.
want to say what the name
I'm
is.
glad you. Two things. I'm glad you said boats because I have a boat-related story, so that's a perfect tie-in. And number 2, we were going to number 2s.
Who does number?
Where we're going to try to lift the bar a little bit this week because last week was episode 69, Mick, and we did a lot of below the belt blue talk.
Bachelor pad style.
It was the bachelor party episode. So
Right. And has that one come out yet?
tonight or
Okay.
Sure, why not?
if you can
Tonight, seeing as this airs
next week.
next week, then yeah,
Doesn't
tonight,
We'll see.
I guess,
Time whenever.
in a week.
Right. Shit, I'm going to have to throw out all of my notes here then.
Yeah. Wait.
Do we have a? I
Anyway,
don't know if
go
I got.
ahead.
I don't know if I got a theme. I thought I did a hotkey for a theme, but
Bing, bing.
I love it.
They've built these mosques and they have cars parked across their driveway, or they have rubbish thrown over their fences.
That's absolute rubbish.
North, East, West, South. Escape Pods presents Fake News.
Maybe I didn't.
Oh well.
We'll edit that out.
So, any school holiday news? I always ask this every school holidays. How are you entertaining the kids, boys?
Luckily, week 1 is a student. Most schools are still at
Going
school.
right,
So
yeah.
I've had the week off. I've done some mowing and cleaning and
Good.
all that boring sort of shit.
Good.
But next week is the kids are home and
Xbox.
and iPad and
Netflix.
interwebs.
Yeah.
And Netflix.
It is
I'm
winter
going
here,
to Jump Deck.
Jump Deck.
You know, the trampoline
Oh, sure.
Oh,
place?
Jump
We
on
go
deck.
every holidays. It's no rules, no holds barred.
Double-
two men enter.
no, yeah, it is exactly like that.
A lot of double bouncing. Double
Well,
bouncing.
we went to Bounce, I'll call them out,
Mm.
and you're not allowed to go on a trampoline the same time as anybody else. Mason, my son, got stuck out on one of the trampolines, so I just bunged my shoes off.
Sir.
And so you can't go out on that. I'm like, well, I'm going to go help my son.
My boy.
You're not allowed to. You haven't got a ribbon on your wrist.
It's my boy.
Yeah. I got to go get him. It's my son. That's my boy.
I'm coming, son.
So I went in there and I just fucking grabbed him.
I'm
and
glad you
that's
called
it.
him out. These-
Yeah, I'm never going back there
Nah.
again. Too many rules.
How many
We
tramps
can't
have
give
they
you a
got?
gun until you tell us your name, sir.
One person per tramp, and there's 4 tramps.
Yes, it's not enough.
You do get to keep the socks, don't you? Those little socks.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
Jump Deck, shout out. That's a little bit of a props to Jump Deck. No rules. As many kids on one square as you like.
Very good.
And you've been there before. Any major injuries? you've witnessed,
Zero
or-
injuries.
Huh?
Zero.
It's like Lord of the Flies.
0
it kind of
days,
works its
yeah.
own shit out.
0 days since our last injury.
Well, we're all 70s, born in the 70s.
We're
and,
alive.
went through the 80s of the trampolines with the springs and the
And then no barriers.
no
'Cause
barriers.
It's a very barrier
World.
It's a very barrier world
Yeah, everything's
right now.
protected.
All barriers. It's like glass case of emotions.
I'll tell you what, though, very, very hard on the abs with the bouncing. It gets you in the abs, doesn't it?
Gets me in the lower back.
Right, yeah, and the legs.
It's the
legs.
compressed spine that I've got. So
Yeah, that
it's
doesn't.
not
That
great
doesn't.
when
You
you're
guys can't do
jumping up
that?
and
Can't do that?
I can't
No,
bounce. I'm not
jumping's not
bouncing.
good. Flips, I can do. I used to be able to do flips.
I get the old. I'm think I'm going to be sick on a swing now.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't handle it.
I'm sure.
Yep.
It's too rushy.
Yeah.
I threw up on a. I'm sure I've told this at a crappy pirate ship. You know, the one that just goes back and forth in Vietnam, and it was just. It was all like above board, small thing. It was just the first ride in this park, and I got off and sharked.
I'm going
Wow.
to just quickly look up here on the old Intima web if there is a position on the pirate ship that is sickier than the others.
I would say the middle.
All right. Well, you guys keep chatting amongst yourselves.
Well, I was going to ask you a question about trampolines again.
Yep.
It seems like you do have a trampoline outside. Why don't you just make the kids go out on that?
I'd say it's an
because it's not a warehouse full of
Trampoline.
endless trampolines.
Why don't you make it a little bit more exciting and take like 6 springs off it?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Spice it up a bit.
No doubt.
Hey.
No doubt.
Did you ever?
Ooh, see if we can not kill ourselves, kids.
I bet you've bought a trampoline at one stage, Mick,
Yep.
for the kids.
I've bought.
How's that go?
3?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
2 trampolines. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've both all been thrown away.
Yep. Rusted. Last
Yeah.
one I threw away was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, right.
It was a huge one, but it's
Set up on Christmas Eve, no doubt.
yes,
Very late night.
yes.
And you got to do those springs in order. It's
Yeah.
it's
You have
trying to
to do
stretch them across just doesn't really work.
Amusement park physics. The pendulum.
Okay.
I might remember what it's called. Weightlessness. We know because we've been on one. You get near weightlessness as it approaches the top of the pendulum ride.
Yeah.
So was it at full flex?
I was at
full swing?
flex?
Did
Yeah.
you throw up on the ride?
No.
After the ride.
That would have been awesome.
Did you eat before the ride?
I would have been drinking heavily for the past 2 weeks before I got on the ride. I was on holidays.
Okay. How about this?
Yep.
What you feel is the force of a seat or other external object pushing on your body with force of counteract gravity's downward pull. A 180-pound person, how much would you weigh?
75
What's that in
kilo.
pounds?
I don't know.
180?
I don't know.
At
don't know
rest
pounds.
in his office chair, experiences a seat pushing upwards on his body at a force of 180 pounds. Right, no doubt. Okay.
I think it's half.
Is that
isn't it?
is that right? If you're sitting on a seat, it's putting the 800 pounds downward, not upward to meet your force. Because if you stand up,
Yeah,
the seat doesn't float.
The weight of your body is putting the pressure on the seat.
And then the weight of
Feel
the
like the
seat
other
is
way.
holding it to the ground. And then the weight
Yeah.
of the ground is holding it to the earth. It's too much.
Look it up.
So I think once you go outside of that little, out of that realm where no longer is the forces pushing on you, your gut.
I'll tell you this
Quits
much.
out
I'll
on
tell you
you.
this much, guys. I threw up at the end of that. So,
Yeah. I
Okay.
did throw up.
so I don't know if it's.
For me, it's boats. I mean, you were on the pirate ship. But
Oh man, this is boat
It's
related today.
anything
I love it.
anything boat related makes me want to puke. I saw that movie Captain Phillips with Tom
yeah?
Hanks in it, and I got about
The acting made me want to puke.
Yeah.
Well, a third of the way through, I'm out.
What? So
Checking
they,
out.
were they filming like
Just too real.
What, the camera moving around too much?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too much boaty action.
I think we get that from our mother. She has a very weak gut.
I used to be able to play Doom, like when Doom was out.
Sure.
The shoot 'em
Yeah.
up. It was hours and hours of that, and
Yeah, that is
fantastic stuff.
that is kind of a swaying.
But it's not that realistic.
Well, yeah, but I don't know the motion of that. You could, it was okay, but then bought the kids the PlayStation, and then we bought the kids the next thing and the next thing,
Sure.
and the games got more technical, and the more technical they get, the less I can watch them.
Yeah.
So now I'm on the kids have got Battlefront 2, which is that Star Wars game. The kids, they're adults.
They're men.
They're men.
yeah. They've been on the podcast.
And yeah, and I watched that for about a minute, and then I'm down for the count for about 15, maybe 20. So I can't
So-
even look at it. Even if I'm walking past to go to the bathroom, I cannot look at the screen because I'm sick.
And now that you know that makes you sick, it's sympathetic. Like if you say, now it's in your
Yeah.
head. I'm going to spew every time I see that.
And that Battlefront game, if you play that in 10 years' time and no one else is online, you're in that game alone.
Yeah,
So you
that's
can't
how
play.
they work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they have an expiry date. So that's why a friend of ours is like, I'm just going to play Rocket. What was he saying? The car soccer. You heard of that game?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like you drive
Pocket
around-
rocket sockums?
Pocket, yeah, pocket soccer.
Pocket sockets.
Soccer rocket pockets. Pocket rocket
All
sockets. And he's saying, no, I have to play it all the time. And friends and family saying, well, yeah, you played a bit much there. He's like, yeah, but if I want to play it in 5 years, it's going to be over. It's going to be no one to play it with.
I got a
You've gotta
question
play
for
it
you. Speaking
while
of
it's-
that, what the shit is it with kids today, young kids? I've got older kids and young kids. My daughter sits in front of the computer watching other people play computer games.
I do know about this before the internet because we used to play 007 and in a lot of cases with when Vice City came out.
Sure.
And it's one of those games, if you don't sit there for 37 hours to play it, but you like watching it work,
Yeah.
there is a satisfaction
Yeah.
in watching somebody else play it well.
All right. Well, she's
Sure.
watching benign games that don't have any interest.
Like that
it's
Pootie Tang guy, or
just- yeah.
what's his name? Pootie
Pootie Pie.
Pootie
Pootie
Pie.
Pie?
Pootie Tang.
Pootie-
Pootie
Tootie-
Pie.
Rudy Foodie.
Okay.
Yeah. Him.
I'll take your word for it.
Tell you what, making bank, making
Yeah.
coin.
They're
How are they
making a
making
living
money out of
this.
that? How are they making money? Advertising on their
Subscriptions and
YouTube.
stuff.
They're getting
Yeah.
hundreds and thousands of views.
Was billion views of
And
little
advertising.
kids.
Advertising, Tim. You should look it up.
Should.
You should get some advertising for this potty. Have you thought of
Yeah,
that?
from gaming.
Oh, we have done one.
I've been
We
listening.
listened to it.
I have been
And the other thing that I've just remembered, the VR goggles, had a crack of them, and so
Spew?
well, I had to take them off because it
Because
was
it's spewy?
because
Or
I was gonna. It was like a roller coaster one, so very basic,
Yeah.
But
like the old rickety one at St Kilda there.
The what is it called?
Luna
the,
Park,
yeah, it's called the
the death.
death by tango.
Yeah.
Mr. Tango and Mr. Cash. It is the Scenic Railway.
Very good, Tim.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I
Made out
did
of
that
timber.
without the internet.
Made out of timber, very dodgy, over 100 years old, and that was sort of the vibe in the VR goggles. But it went down the little hill there, and I got the sensation of falling.
Butterflies.
Yeah. So I don't know about
So
this.
you had to rip them off.
took them off.
See, I'm going to be the only one. You and I, JezBot, are the only ones in this crazy VR world that are robbing people because they're too stupid to take their VR
there'll all be
goggles
zombies
off.
in their
So
seats.
you're saying a pickpocket's dream? So people walking around the street, virtual reality,
I love it.
and if that's such a thing,
Augmented reality.
getting pickety-pockety. But there won't be cash in that society. It'll all be
Coins.
virtual cash. Coins that you collect
speaking of,
while you're walking down the street.
Bitcoins.
Speaking of cash, I've got a totally unrelated story.
Tango
I'd love
and
to share.
cash.
No, nothing to do with cash or anything.
Or tango.
I've just recently I went to Bali, and I'm sorry I didn't do a You Really Must Go, but I went to Bali for a 3-day
Tour.
a gig.
That's what I was gonna say.
A gig. I got paid to go over there. It was really amazing. So, just a wedding. It was one of those freaking amazing, really expensive weddings at a villa. And we had a Sunday off before we flew back, and I decided the other guys I was traveling with said, "Let's go down to the beach and let's do this." And I just went, "Oh, forget it." We were staying in this beautiful villa.
Stay at the villa.
So I stayed at the villa, and about midday, I thought I'm going to go down to the town, to the village, and get something to eat. So I always, when I travel, I always like to go to the little places.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Not the touristy places.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And so
Back alleyways and seedy bars.
yeah.
Scenic railways?
Try to say seedy.
And I went down, got some lunch, went for a big walk around the place, and then found this little marketplace that was kind of happening, and I had the barbecue on the street barbecue.
Oh yeah,
my God.
you got to do it.
Amazing. So I went down there, and the guy cooked me some chicken, and I
Chicken in inverted commas.
Yes, hang on. Yeah, chicken. It was chicken, and I had a look at it, broke it off. I said, "Oh, dude, cook it some more." There was flames. There was real flames there, and real chicken. And he cooked it all up. It was beautiful satay.
Can't get sick.
Had that. The day I got back, though, there was a story on the news, and it said, "Dog meat is being sold to unexpected tourists in Bali."
Damn.
Wow.
This is on the 20th of June.
How was it? Tastes like chicken?
Well, it tastes exactly like chicken.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe you didn't get
There's a couple of lines I'll just read it to her. Shocking investigation has uncovered the brutal dog meat trade in Bali and how tourists are unknowingly participating in it. Distressing footage captured by Animals Australia showed dogs being caught with wire nooses, bound and gagged, and then kept for days in horrific conditions before being violently slaughtered. The meat is then sold
Don't know about
as
that.
Makes
satay
this
sticks
meat
or
delicious.
kebabs to unexpected tourists at
That's
food
nice.
stalls and on Balinese beaches. That's me.
Okay, so is this just very quickly north,
East.
West.
south? It's the
It's
news.
the news.
That
News.
was the first story. I know. I must have said this as well. I have eaten dog.
So hands up.
in Bali.
Show of hands.
Really?
Show
Yeah,
of
yeah,
hands if you've eaten dog. Mike?
You
might as well put your
I'm
hand
going to
up.
put my hand up.
Yes.
I cannot verify that was chicken.
I can't verify it was dog, but he was a Balinese bloke and he was a surfer dude, and he came back with they come back with the packets of food like it's just paper.
Dog food?
Well, yeah. It's like butcher's paper wrapped up, and you get the rice and stuff and whatever. And he goes, "Oh, you want to try some dog?" I went, "Yeah."
He actually said,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Not that uncommon. I don't know about the torture stuff because when we were in Vietnam, we made friends with a guy, Vat, I think his name was, and he was going to take us to his uncle's restaurant. He was a bit late picking us up. I said, "Oh, where you, man?" He goes, "Oh, well, our dog died yesterday, and we cooked him this morning.
hey."
We're at the barbecue.
What'd you die of?
Eating the dog. Old age, apparently. Which I can...
So mutton is to sheep as
a
puppy
is too delicious, but old dog
is called.
You can't teach an old dog new stick.
If you're talking about kebabs.
I want to say, Jesus Christ, I wish my brain would come up with something funny right now.
Kebab.
Dog
Shish kebab.
blanket.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you. It'll be like, when you order a schnitzel and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. You tuck into the schnitzel and you find out you accidentally ordered the veal schnitzel. You ever had that?
Disappointment.
Yeah,
It's very disappointing. I think that's what dog tastes like.
Veal.
Disappointing schnitzel.
There's nothing wrong with. Well, okay. There's lots wrong with eating dog.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with the meat. But the concern I think is that it's tainted meat and they poison the dogs to trap them. So a lot of those. So you're getting arsenic and cyanide.
I
And
don't like that.
What about horse? Can we eat horses?
Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're a bit gamey, apparently.
Stringy.
Jeez, I could go for some dog
I
horse
could
right
go
now.
some dog horse.
Hey, dog,
Yeah.
did you see the size of that chicken?
You gotta get. You want your horse dog?
Story number 2. I'll just go straight into
Go
it.
ahead.
And it was... I'm glad you had mentioned boats.
Oh.
Remember, if you just go back 10 minutes in the pod.
I did.
And
Just in my
Yeah,
mind.
we'll
right.
wait here while you do that.
Now, do you want to...
And we're back.
Do you want to play a little game where you're going to try to finish the headline for me? Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boaty McBoatface obtains what? Boaty McBoatface obtains what?
A boat face?
A new face?
Yeah. Boaty McBoatface obtains new name. Is that the name of the boat?
We'll see.
Okay.
Mick, any Boaty McBoatface obtains what? Answers?
Do I have to answer this?
Obtains.
Yeah, you do.
Obtains a fishing license.
Love it. See, he was on
You know,
point.
he's on boat.
He's
Yeah,
on-
I'm on naming. I'm on naming.
I think what's the front of the boat?
The front.
Yeah, the port, the stern, the bow,
the point.
Yeah, the pointy bit.
Point.
Yeah, we come from like
Front.
three generations of
Sailors.
sailors,
The bonnet.
and we don't know the front.
Bonnet.
Yes. Well, the answer is Boaty McBoatface obtains unprecedented data from its first voyage.
This is a real boat.
Now, this is a real boat that was.
Can we give it? Can we? What size? Dinghy, yacht, tinny,
it's closer to a tinny. No, not tinny. Not
a
tinny.
speedboat.
No. See, it's a bit. They've been a bit tricky because
Gotcha.
they've thrown you off the mark because
Because it's not a Boaty McBoatface at all.
well, Boaty McBoatface was going to. There was a new ship that was being built, and it was going to. They wanted a name for it, and so it was in honor of what's his name, the old guy with all the animals all
David
the time.
Attenborough.
That's him. And they put it to the poll, and everyone voted on Boaty McBoatface instead of the Richard Attenborough or the Sir Attenborough or the whatever.
Right. It went viral.
It went viral. They chose Boaty McBoatface, and then they went. The powers that be, said nah. We're not.
We're calling it the David Attenborough.
Yeah, that's right. But what we will do for you, motherfuckers, is do a submersible.
Submersible.
Thank you.
No worries.
Fucking
That's what I'm
me.
here for.
Submarine.
Okay. And that's
um,
called the Boaty McBoatface?
Well,
They called that.
A yellow submarine dubbed Boaty McBoatface has obtained unprecedented. Fucking cannot talk.
Yeah, that was right.
Was it?
Yep.
Great.
Unprecedented.
Edit that. Yeah. From its first voyage exploring one of the deepest and coldest ocean regions on Earth, scientists say. The robotic submersible was given the name originally chosen last year for a new polar research ship by irreverent contestants in a public competition, like I just said. So
That's
Bodhi
fantastic.
dived to depths of up to 4,000 meters, which we found out in a previous episode.
That's where the peanut worm lives.
That's where the peanut worm lives. Exactly.
You got the internet there?
I'm just looking at Boaty McBoatface, the poll. But go on.
Thank you. Yeah. And also, it's abyssal, Tim. Remember that term when you get down to
Abyss.
the abyss?
I saw the movie. Yeah.
Yes. Now,
Yeah,
we wanted
yeah.
to say what classifies as an abyss.
Yeah. How deep you have to go?
How deep are we before we're abyssing?
I don't know. Anything deeper than a bath for me? I'm not.
It's
That's
too deep.
That's a peanut worm right there.
Oh,
It looks like a
dong.
guck.
It does look like a cock.
It's like a haggis sausage.
It sure does.
So basically, Boaty McBoatface, he's off on his voyages, and he's getting data from the abyssal depths of the abyss.
Does it say where? Because maybe that's the ship that did find.
The peanut worm, cock-looking thing.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it does. A region of the Southern Ocean, some 500 miles from the Arctic Peninsula.
Okay. Right near the edge of the disc.
See, I don't like this. An embarrassed official decided to ignore the popular vote and instead named the vessel the RRS.
Here's
Sir David Attenborough.
I'll jump in. Here's the top 5 suggestions.
Excellent.
So the RRS Boaty McBoatface won with 124,000 votes.
Yeah.
And then
I'd
it
was
was
the
RSS Poppy May.
Boo.
Well, that was a 18-month-old girl who
Pop
died
May.
from cancer. So
Boo.
Bastard, Tim.
cancer.
You're a bastard.
Next one's boring too. Henry Worsley, 15,000 votes. But this fourth one's the best. The RSS, It's Bloody Cold Here.
I like that.
So how did those two get in when the other two are show-stoppingly confronting, I dare to say?
What about
podcast-stopping fun?
Yeah.
The other two names, but Boaty McBoatface and
well, if it's
goddamn, it's cold.
but if it's cold down there, we could have back to the penis idea. RSS Shriveldick.
Oh, yeah.
Shiverdick.
So it was a tweet. It was a tweeting poll to the British
What did they think was going to
population.
Happen?
Of course.
So come on, there's
Once
got to
you
be
hand the reins over to the
crazies,
to the dickheads.
Yeah.
So
There's a
they
poll.
said
wasn't
we've had an extremely high volume of suggestions, and we'll now review all of the suggestions made, and then the final
Before
decision
posting
will be
them.
announced in due course. The Research Council received more than 7,000 entries during the month-long competition period, including RSS Onion Night, RSS I Like Big Boats and I Cannot Lie,
That's great.
the RRS Captain Birdseye Get Off My Cod. People are fucking idiots.
So is that
just a
troll or dickhole? Are they trolling that competition or are they dickholing it?
I think they're absolutely
Well and truly.
trolling it, trolling the fuck out of it.
Okay, so the University and Science Minister Joe Johnson said,
Is this weird science?
"Okay, didn't have the button, do you? Yeah, let us
Oh
down.
no,
Tim.
this one. It's on the other fucking soundbite.
Broken the
So
podcast.
is that weird science?
Yes, it
Okay.
is weird science. Fresh from its maiden voyage, Boaty is already delivering new insight into some of the coldest ocean waters on Earth, giving scientists a greater understanding of changes in the Arctic regions and shaping a global effect to tackle climate control. The only question I have is, if you're down there, and you're
Thank you.
and you're
While you're down there,
Well,
yeah.
and you're
that's
and
exactly
you're
what I was thinking.
finding the peanut worm, the cock-looking fish, or whatever.
Sure.
Obviously, there's weird things down there.
Mm-hmm.
What animal would you be? What fish would you be? And what would your weird thing be about your fish?
Jesus. I'm gonna say
Down
I
at the
would,
abyssal depths. Because they got big eyes.
I'd
They got
be,
big eyes. Some are fluoro.
I'll be an octopus with tiny tentacles and giant testicles.
Excellent. And the tentacles are
Actually, testicles.
dick hands.
They're dicks.
Yeah, they're made up of
Yeah.
that thing.
We've got 8 dicks and giant balls.
I love it.
I might have that on land too,
Yeah.
if that's an option.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Probably find that somewhere.
Yeah. Do you want to be put on the spot?
Yeah, I'd love to be.
Oh, you could be some kind of giant turtle and hide in your shell away from.
I'd want to be something with giant teeth because it's
Yeah.
wicked dark down there.
Don't come near me.
Wicked dark.
Don't come near my. Don't come near my giant testicles and
Either that or
tiny
with
cocks.
like in Finding Nemo, that fish with the glowy head thing.
Yeah, the
There you go.
cockfish,
Yep.
The cockfish.
glowing
Glowing head
cockfish. Is that the one?
cockfish.
Seen that fish? that you
Cockhead fish.
You can,
The cockhead fish.
yeah, that fish. It's got a translucent head, and you can see
That's
it's
the one.
It's brain.
Yeah,
Weird shit
Right.
down there.
cockhead.
What about you, JezBot?
What's that, mate?
What strange discovery in fish wise?
What are you? Yeah, what are you were discovered to be what?
Well,
kind
because
of-
it's scary down there for starters. It's 360 threat, like in space.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter. You know on Earth where it's basically going to come from. It's going to come
Are you
from...
talking 360
the
days?
air.
Is it
The
5
air.
days off? 5 days off from a 365 day?
What?
You said it's a 360 thread.
360
Are you talking about the days?
degrees.
Degrees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not a year.
No, right. Because it's
No.
not quite a year.
No, it's not. It's 5 days short, unless
Yeah.
it's a leap year, because that's less days, isn't it?
Sure.
But I want to have...
You're off topic.
I want to have basically a body in the middle. Of course, it's got full of cocks.
So far, so so good. You've got it.
But then I want several heads. I want a head pointing forward. I want a head pointing backwards. I want a
So
head
you
looking
can
up, and I
see
want a head
everywhere.
looking down. And I want to have massive eyeballs on
So
it.
you're a 4-headed cockfish so far.
Yeah, no. So he wants,
Yes.
he wants a lot of head, and he wants his stomach full of cocks. This is what he just said.
Yeah, but I could see what's I
I can see what you're doing.
I can see what's going to happen though. Then they can't possibly evolve like that, because if a guy or a man fish, can mouth to cock, they're never going to stop sucking their own dick, and
no one's going to get
and-
anything done.
well, you're not going to evolve.
Nothing's getting invented.
Nothing's getting invented. They're just going to, it's just to be one rolling ball of sucking
What's the
dick.
last fish that you knew that invented something?
I
Shut
would
up.
say a dolphin.
Oh,
Yep.
doubt it.
There you go. Communication.
Surfing. They invented surfing.
Communicating with each other.
That's right.
No one's ever done that.
Tuna. They invented a delicious sandwich. And with
Dolphin
that,
tuna.
With a taste that can't be beat.
well, that's the news.
That is the news.
Tuna?
North,
East.
west,
South?
It's the news.
Sorry.
That was the news. Now it's old news.
Oh, it is. It was the news.
Was the news. It ain't anymore.
Okay, let's cut to a break.
Okay.
Are you stupid, ugly, and boring as shit? Or perhaps you're a complete dick who has no idea how to communicate with the opposite sex. In fact, I bet you make a complete fuck of yourself all the time. If your answer is yes, then look no further than Lower Your Expectations Dating Agency. Hi, I'm Rudolph Bernstein, owner and CEO of Lower Your Expectations Dating Agency. For just $19.99.95 plus tax, our database is jammed full of other like-minded losers just like you. With so many jerks to choose from, we have someone for everyone at Lower Your Expectations Dating Agency. From the plain old fucking stupid, or just annoying assholes who have meaningless interests that no one else gives a shit about, just like you. So get off your stupid lazy ass and call us at Lower Your Expectations Dating Agency. 2126 Unit 55 Bloomberg Highway, Albuquerque.
I thought he was going to say Tallahassee.
I was hoping he was going to say Tallahassee.
Always wait for Tallahassee.
Do you do like most podcasts that are sponsored like you guys are? They actually get to try out the products. Have you tried that one?
A vape kit.
The vape kids?
Oh,
no, I mean
sorry.
that one.
We were talking
Not your
about
actual-
stuff.
Yeah, 'cause
We were.
Sorry,
not
sorry.
the real sponsor. The real sponsor.
Lawyers,
I've been married a long, long time, and I can tell you that
You'll be
that's-
needing it soon.
Yeah.
That's
Just
where
like
I go
you,
if I
just
if
like
I
you.
if I had to get back out on the market. I'd be going there.
To Erectile Dysfunction Academy.
I'm just gonna split it straight down the guts. No lawyers. Just like you have half the dogs. I'll have half the dogs.
And then you can have half
Which
the
dog?
debt.
Dog-
and I'll have
Doctor
half
Who?
the debt.
Choose your children.
I'm gonna take Floyd.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's got red hair like me, and we get solidarity, man. Solidarity.
Now, can I just say, I need to bring it up. This guy over here, right,
Yep, I know him.
claims to be a part of, what is it?
You fucking.
You claim to be what?
You about to ginger shame me?
Yeah. You claim to be what?
Ginger.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
I'm here to debate against that. Okay. Because I have red hair.
Yep.
Actual red hair, not watered down Aryan style blonde hair. Right? Yes, you've got a little bit of red on your beard.
I'm a chinny chin chin.
But one thing you can't claim you're a ginger, right? So because basically you can take it off. If you shave, you can go out in public and no one's going to go, "Hey, ginge," right? That's point one.
Right.
I can't change that unless even if I shave my head,
They'll
I've still
know.
got. They're gonna know.
Eyebrows, Tim.
Point 2: gingers don't refer to themselves as gingers. It's an offensive term. It's like I'm not saying I'm a. What's the word?
Ninja?
Ninja. No. Midget. A fucking midget. I'm not going to say I'm a fucking.
Hang on. Who's
I'm-
fucking a midget?
No, I'm not. I'm not a fucking midget.
Why? Would you not? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong?
What's going on, Tim?
Because
I think that's that's politically incorrect.
we-
I think nowadays you say making love to a midget.
Yeah, right. True. We don't call ourselves ginger. We are follically challenged.
That's what I see.
It's
Is it a challenge though?
life's a challenge when you're
when
a
you got
redhead.
red hair?
How hard's your life, Jeremy?
It's pretty sweet, Tim.
How many chicks have you passed?
In the tens,
Well, there you go. You're not a ginge.
tens of thousands.
Yeah,
Tens of thousands.
True.
There is
No doubt.
there is the pub test though. If you walked into a pub and met somebody and go, "Oh, gee, g'day, ginger." Is that
G'day,
a
Bluey.
Bluey?
Yeah, it's,
Bluey? That's it.
Sometimes
You've never had Bluey. Nah. So you're not a quote unquote ginge.
I'm not going to say that word anymore. It's offensive, Tim. You've taught me.
Or have I?
Well, look, I don't know. Red hair, not red hair. It's neither.
Maybe.
Neither here nor
Hear me
hair.
out. Hear me out.
Neither
here.
hair nor hair.
Maybe we've just discovered our next trial.
I think we should
I
put.
think we have.
Let's
we
go.
should put
Let's put it on
ginger.
trial.
Yeah,
For a later date.
Okay,
definitely.
can do.
We'll do. Very good.
Yeah, and I'm in the defence. You're going to defend blonde-haired people with.
Strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
Strawberry blonde.
You're pushing the boundaries. I need a scale.
I can feel tension in
the
here.
collar and
Tension
cuff.
is up.
Collar and cuff, mate. Collar and cuff. The collar. My red beard goes all the way down to my shoulders.
But it doesn't go to the top of your
doesn't
head.
go
My
to
neck.
the-
It's a neck beard.
Downstairs.
It's right downstairs.
If you ever get a
The
chance to
carpet
watch
matches
the,
the curtains.
It does.
Right.
if you ever want to watch a good documentary, it's a documentary on I think Flippity Sticks, Flippity Flicks,
Sure.
and it's a documentary about redheads and what it's like to be offended as a redhead, and they go around
Everyone's so fucking
and it
precious.
is cutting. It's cutting how fucking real it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Watch
Have
it.
you watched that?
Watch it, and then
Have you watched that?
I have, and
I
I got
think
to the end of it. I got to the end of
only-
it, and I went, "Fuck! Do I relate to that in every way, shape, or form?" I'd like to see how much of it you relate to at a later date. Court dates
Pending.
have been set.
Yeah. You've just been served.
You have been served.
Yeah, true. Well, you have.
I just have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been served. We wrote down the blurb
I did.
last week,
Oh.
but I can't remember what I wrote down. This
Needs a blurb.
to describe this section of the podcast, the second half, where we.
How about you edit in from last week here?
That's a really tough job.
Okay.
I'm going to try and paraphrase.
This is the segment
movie.
where you choose a movie.
Yeah, but it's too. See, we had this. We talked
trying
about
to-
this for hours.
We're trying to make
one
it
night.
shorter.
Succinct.
Trying to make it
Succinct.
so like movies that inspire, movie scenes that inspire real life. Fuck.
Because we're trying to make
Welcome
it.
to the second half of the show. It's great. Today's episode is a doozy.
Well, yeah, and what we're doing is we've been inspired from this movie to look up news stories that relate to different scenes.
Different scenes of that movie. Great.
And then what happens then?
And
Then we
the
talk about it.
Then the podcast is over.
Yeah,
after that,
pretty much.
Do we reveal the movie or do
No,
then we revealed the
Oh, then
movie.
yeah, that's right.
We do.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
like you've never
what
listened
we
to it.
just said we were going to do.
So here's a clue about the movie.
Go ahead.
Was I supposed to put a sample in there?
Nah.
Oh,
Well, my scene. I'll go first.
sorry.
I'll go first.
That's a nervous thing that I do.
Shit your pants.
Yeah, when people ask me questions.
Nervous flatulence.
Yeah.
It's like a little Tourette's
Yeah.
tick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the scene that sort of I remembered is a bar fight scene. So
yep.
the story I found from history actually is one entitled oh Jesus Christ, where is it? No, the Battle of Brisbane, WW2.
That's local.
Yeah, pretty much. Not to be, because as I was looking up, there is a boxing match going to happen in Brisbane, which is called the Battle of Brisbane.
So not to be
So
confused
it's
with that.
not that story.
Yeah.
It's a story of, well, the Americans in WW2 were stationed all around Australia, and a lot of them came into Brisbane. And, well, the problem was that the Americans were well equipped. They had better guns. They had a swagger about them. They had money.
Yep.
They were getting paid better. Their food rations were better. They had perfumes.
Yep.
You know,
Giant, full, rich, plump testicles.
that's right.
Ready to offload on
Anything that moves. And unfortunately, Australian soldiers were a bit underpaid and underdressed and
flaccid
and pissed off about the whole situation because the Americanos were getting action. You got to think about it. Most of the dudes, a lot of Australians were overseas fighting, and so the women
most people
were
enlisted,
very.
most people enlisted for the action.
That's right, but the wrong kind of action.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, would you know, sign up for that kind of action?
Should have stayed at home. Would have got laid. So the Americans were picking up our ladies, and the Aussie dudes were starting to get a little hot under the collar.
So what happened?
Well, the Battle of Brisbane was 2 nights of rioting between the United States military personnel on one side and Australian servicemen and civilians on the other in Brisbane, Queensland, capital city, on 26th and 27th of November, 1942. During which time the two nations they were allies at the time.
Okay.
By the time the violence had been quelled, one Australian soldier was dead, and hundreds of Australian and US servicemen had been injured. Hold on then, Tim. I can see you got your hand up.
Question?
Just hold on. Of these incidents, these incidents were suppressed overseas and did not really make the papers.
So
Yes, Tim.
So they went for 2 days. Did they take a break when the dude died? Take 5 guys?
Have a fight.
Probably
Just
escalated
split
it.
the 2 days up?
Yeah. Barley.
Oh, I'm invisible.
Yeah. Got my
Yeah.
hands on my head. Can't see me.
Oh, no, ignore that.
Ignore the
Will
sound
do.
effect?
Yep.
Okay. According to authorities, up to 20 brawls a night were occurring between Australian and
Holy
American
crap.
servicemen in the lead up to the Battle of Brisbane. And they were happening all around the country.
Fights are like orgies.
Yes, once...
When does it end?
as soon as one...
When's it officially over?
The orgy?
Yeah.
Well,
Or the
Great
bar
question.
fight.
well, when everyone's
The
had their fill.
Okay.
Or the police are called and it's broken up.
Oh, yep, true. No doubt.
Which is all the
Yeah.
orgies I've been to, Tim. They finish in
Seconds.
arrests.
Okay.
Just a
You have a
a
rest
question,
afterwards?
Your Honour. So, the serving Australians that
Denied.
our,
Sorry.
our fighting the best and fittest amongst the
Men of
men of
Yesteryear,
Queensland.
yeah.
Queensland.
of 1942.
Were sent overseas. So who's left behind to fight? Is this all the
the ladies.
pussies?
Yeah, who
so
is
that's
punching
why
on?
it went for 2 days.
That's right, because everyone they were scared to throw the first punch.
Fucking draft
Because
dodgers.
they were nerds. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
draft dodgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most people are not subscribed. That's not. It's not
Yeah.
Netflix.
When's my subscription to World War II getting here?
Oh, any minute.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't fight any minute.
Sporadic fights broke out throughout the city. The Tivoli Theatre was closed, with servants ordered back to their barracks and
That's
ships.
serious.
While soldiers with fixed bayonets escorted women in... I see, there they are again.
Whoa.
Escorted women in the city from the area. By 8 p.m, up to 5,000 people were involved in the disturbance. Several Australian MPs removed their armbands and joined in.
So what about the women? Did the women join in like in the scene of the movie?
Well, they joined in, all right.
Yeah, because she was a tough cookie in the movie that we're talking
Oh,
about.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're the first person that told me about this story, Tim. When you were working on the Pacific.
Specific.
Yeah. That showed the...
It was actually a pop story, right?
Our Poppy.
I think he was part of it in some way.
Yeah, because he was...
Or he totally knew about it.
He knew about it.
I'm going to tell him about it.
It was 1942, love, and we were going to the war.
That's grand.
Oh, that's grand.
Yeah.
No, he would have been balls deep in the war over in the fucking... Because I'm pretty sure that guy saw some fucking action.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, you get
Of the
balls deep in
military
anything
kind.
you are officially
Military, battle
Yeah.
con. Yeah. So basically, look... It goes,
heavy.
it goes on...
Who started the fight, you reckon?
Oh,
and
yes.
who's at fault? Who was at fault?
This is the dad in you
Okay.
coming out, is
Yep.
it?
We'll work out who
this fight?
started this.
Go to your room. From memory, there was drinking because I can't find
Yep.
the fucking. But
Yeah.
there was drinking at the bar,
Correct.
of course. One guy was told by the American MPs to,
Go fuck himself.
he
He
was
retaliated.
and was hit over the head with a billy club, and then it fucking started.
It was
Yeah.
on like
Then it
Donkey
was
Kong.
on.
yeah, and there was names and stuff. But you know what? Look it up yourself.
Yeah, Bobby, Billy, Timmy,
Yeah.
Tommy, Johnny,
Bluey,
Bluey, Dano, Davo.
Macca. You got Gavin. You got Keith.
I'm not playing.
You got Brian. You got Bruce.
Were there Keiths in the 50s?
Oh,
When did that name come from?
40s.
yeah.
1942.
Keith's in the 50s. No worries.
Is it short for anything? Like Keith?
Keithland. Keith.
Keith?
Keithikins. No.
Probably not.
So yeah, that's basically a bar fight story that lasted
Good
for
bar
2
fight.
days and people died. So it wasn't great, but
Well, I think of...
we held our own, boys.
I think of monkeys when I think of this movie.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. Interesting.
Here's a little monkey story for you. Monkey tears off 8-month-old baby's testicles as his mother changes his nappy at a Chinese zoo
Was his mother a monkey?
and eats one before it can be caught.
Enjoying those lambs fries.
Yeah, enjoying those sheep's balls.
A mother watched in horror as a monkey tore off one of her 8-month-old baby's testicles at a Chinese zoo before running off and eating it. The shocking incident is understood to have taken place at the Guiyang Quanling Wildlife Park in southwest China.
That checks out.
That sounds
Sure
legit.
does.
The mother was changing the infant's dirty nappy when the animal attacked, ripping off the testicle before dropping it onto the ground. Later, news reports show the baby was recovering in hospital. His injuries are not life-threatening.
He's not
you
going to
wanna
have a
bet?
great life.
No.
No.
He's what happens? Isn't that what they did to Michael Jackson?
Tore off a testicle. And
Yeah,
ate it.
yeah.
Really?
Bubbles tore his testicle off and ate it.
Yeah, he could have. It could have been Bubbles, but I think it was more his dad. Isn't that one of the conspiracy theories that to keep him small and keep him keep him a high
Really?
voice?
Like
I heard,
a
I heard that.
castrati. That's right.
I heard that he was just putting the voice on the whole time because there's audio of Michael Jackson talking like this.
Been a bad motherfucker. Oh yeah. What you mean?
Give us a Michael Jackson quote in a low voice.
Because I'm bad. Don't stop till you get enough. Come on.
On the bus stop?
Yeah.
Is that what he says?
I want to love you. PYT. Pretty young thing. She's pretty young, that thing.
No, but he was putting it on to keep the sweet candy of a voice.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I've got a follow-up.
That's Michael Jackson news.
Yep.
Nothing to do with the movie.
That's Michael
Well, it's
Jackson
got to do
testicle
with
news.
monkeys and testicles.
Monkeys.
Well, there's
Sure, bubbles,
because
yeah.
Tying
they,
together.
would they be small monkeys or are they those
These are small monkeys.
with the grabby monkeys?
Rhesus monkeys.
Yep.
Reese's
But-
Pieces.
Not too small,
Technically,
strong enough
that's
to rip
Reese's Pieces?
testicles.
Yeah,
So mid-sized.
technically that is Reese's Pieces.
Are you talking about rhesus monkeys?
Rhesus monkeys holding a testicle is Reese's Pieces.
Wee.
I found something also monkey related as a little bit of a segue because we worked together on this one. We didn't.
We haven't spoken for about 6 months.
No, that's right. A week because we did a gig together.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
There you go. Which really happened.
Busted.
You really must go. Toxic dates laced with rat poison kill 14 monkeys in India.
So that's a direct clue.
It is a direct clue. When was 14?
What's the scene? What's the scene in the movie? That's...
Picture. We're in India. That's all I got.
Okay.
Oh, wait. There's monkeys almost everywhere, or at least 14 of them. They eat something and get poisoned. That's Have I set the scene? I'm pretty sure I did that in the first sentence. 14 monkeys died after snatching and eating dates laced with rat poison in eastern India, officials say. The troop of 16 langurs grabbed the dates from a local hawker and he tried to sell them in the eastern state of West Bengal.
I think they prefer sex worker.
They fell violently ill soon afterwards on the Sunday. Immediately after devouring the dates, 14 of them died on the spot, and 2 were admitted to a veterinary hospital.
That's right. Yes.
And said an autopsy was being conducted. This autopsy business, right?
Yes.
They know they were poisoned, right?
Well, yeah, the story said so.
Do you have to prove via autopsy cause of death, or can you, like, if you see someone, let's just say someone burns to death.
Yeah.
They don't need an autopsy. And the autopsy comes back, died of a heart attack, caused by the burning of his entire body.
Why was there a fire?
Well, I'm not on trial here.
This is what I'm saying.
I didn't do it.
I'm saying that you would need to do it, especially if there's a fire, house fire, because that's a good way to hide a body.
Correct.
Is like first you slit them,
destroy the evidence too.
Slit their throat, and then burn the house.
The fire has to originate from the body, otherwise, they're going to see a slit throat, and they're going to know foul play.
True.
So cover your tracks a bit better than that,
guys. I'll remember that.
Is this a confession now?
This is how to murder. How to get away with murder.
And how.
Dates.
That's it. Dates. Right up the date.
Speaking of dates and testicles, shriveled pieces of fruit.
Sure.
Scrotox. Men who have spent their lives feeling ashamed of their saggy sperm satchel no longer need to suffer.
So much suffering.
With Scrotox, we can finally give wrinkly scrotums the sack.
Are you making a comparison between the wrinkly little dates and scrotums?
Correct.
Okay, I'm with you.
And this is a news story that I read, I think it was about 6 months ago. It was travelling around. But this is a new procedure called Scrotox. Is becoming increasingly popular with men who wish for a smoother, more youthful-looking scrotum. We've spent our whole lives dreaming of the sleek, aerodynamic scrotum, but never believing that such a thing was possible.
We can all dream, guys.
We can dream.
We sure can.
Now, for a reasonable fee, we actually have the chance to turn our Sharpies into Great Danes. I think they're dog breeds.
Okay. I thought they were pens.
Sharpies.
Yeah.
And put an end to our years of embarrassment and humiliation. That's what the quote says.
Who's getting their sack out that much that they've
Good question.
experienced years and years of
humiliation. That in itself is the reason that you're getting humiliated when you're standing at the grocery store with your sack out.
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe
this
put
is
it away.
so humiliating. Maybe if I was
if only I
tight
had
and terrific.
smooth
paralyzed nuts. Yeah, like we going? Are we injecting the Scrotox into the sack only, or are we going into the balls?
That sentence
not into the
in itself is
Scrotox
up. Injecting into the balls. Yeah. I feel that's the problem.
Yeah.
Hot beef injection?
That's different.
It is different.
When you're taking a sharp implement in the nuts.
He's not sounding, is he?
It's not.
You know, sounding.
Yep.
You heard
Is
that?
this another thing like docking? I don't want to know.
It is. It is
Oh,
a
God.
bit like docking, Mick, but worse.
Is it when you take a condom and you do a shit in it, and then you put the condom in a freezer and freeze it rock hard, and then use that shit as a dildo? Is that the one?
That's not sounding. No.
Oh, okay.
But
What's that called?
That's what he said the other day at the gig. Oh, I was going to say, I might have just...
No,
Don't, because it ties into my next news story.
but sounding is when you
well.
insert a steel rod into the eye of your penis.
Hey.
And then,
And then the sound you make?
It's sounding. But just on scrotes, how's your guys' scrotes? Are you embarrassed?
Mine's scrotorific.
Yeah.
Great.
You do have major body issues with your
Did I
scrot?
talk about my vasectomy on this podcast last time?
If you didn't, we
Yeah,
have
right, okay.
when you're not.
It's come up.
Yeah, it has come
It
up.
did come up and it was bad. Nearly died. So,
So
yeah, mine's great. Thanks.
So speaking of frozen turd cock dildos, poo dildos, yeah.
Funny you should mention that. This is an archaeologist. Far out. Come on.
Archaeological?
Archaeology
Yep. No.
is the word.
Okay,
Story.
'cause we are getting close to the reveal.
Righto.
now.
Leather sex toy from the 18th century is discovered by archaeologists.
Oh, no,
Oh,
thanks.
cue the whip sound.
A large leather sex toy dating back to the 18th century has been found in an ancient toilet by
Leather.
archaeologists
Toilet.
in Poland.
Poland. Pole.
Yep.
Land.
Rand.
The 20-centimetre dildo with a wooden head was discovered during an excavation dig at an old school of swordsmanship.
What
old
about-
school of swordsmanship in the coastal city of Danks?
I'm glad it's wood.
Turns out they weren't using real swords; they were using wooden swords.
Well, good question. Why?
the pork sword, Tim.
Why have they got? Why is it? Because you would imagine in the 18th century this is a purely man.
Driven society.
Society, yes,
Dominated.
and they're learning to use swords, and they're at this school, and
Yep.
why have they got a dildo?
Sure.
Well,
sure,
different
sure.
strokes for different folks.
Correct.
Yep.
I want to say the
People have always been randy. I reckon.
I'm always-
I
I'm
guess
always
if you're surrounded
interested-
by all those swords,
I'm
Yeah,
always interested how that ends up in landfill before the dude properly stashed it. Like that's a temporary stash in the toilet area,
well, it's a
and then it gets buried by
it's
time.
a drop toilet, so
People,
He's
people
dumped it.
stash.
Yeah.
it's
He's
like,
done a
like a
dump.
latrine they had.
Maybe
So
it
He's,
was,
he's dumped on a dump.
Maybe it was stuck up there and he needed to get one out. That's the first dildo
True.
you ever saw, Tim.
great question.
I found one in the creek behind our house in a bag full of old hairy pornos. Well, everyone was hairy in it.
Right.
Yeah, I was very young. Knew what it was, though.
That's confronting.
That is very confronting.
Isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah, it was for me. Or me saying it. Or asking you. Don't know
Dunno.
what's
A little from
confronting.
column A, a
So
little
that's
from column B.
so we touchy on the archaeological
Yes.
side of it.
We
We
did.
touchy on the
Monkey.
monkey eats poison dates,
And bar fights.
Bar fights.
bar fights,
And scrotum. Oh, no.
No, that's
and
not
scrotox.
So that's a whole bunch of clues that
Put it all together, and what have you got?
You got
Got yourself a little movie.
Yep.
You right there, Tim?
No, not really. Can we reveal it?
Please do.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Lost Ark of Doom.
Raiders of the Lost
Yeah, I
Ark.
know,
you
I
dickhead.
know. But I thought I'd say Temple of the Lost Ark because the intro sample
Oh, yeah.
was actually from Temple of Doom.
Was it?
Yeah, because I couldn't actually find anything that was.
Punchy enough.
Yeah, it's not actually comedy. Because I looked up Indiana Jones. Haha, LOL, funny, and all it came up with was the whip scene where the guy.
Gets whipped.
No, he pulls the.
Pulls the
pistol out.
He's got the swords.
He's got the swords,
he's
yeah.
doing the ninja shit with the sword.
That was the funny scene of Indiana Jones.
You know why
so to
they
speak.
filmed that shot? It was supposed to be a big battle, and Harrison Ford had chronic chronic diarrhea that day, and everyone was fucked up on the crew. And so they, instead of filming the whole fight scene, they went, you know what, just pull out your gun and shoot him.
Yeah,
and that's how that
so
scene was.
Going shit.
Yeah.
So that was real sweat.
Yeah, it was really. That was the one time.
Wasn't prop sweat
that he looked like an actor.
Yeah,
He was like,
you need that desperation to
he's
really
amazing.
act
He
it
really
out.
looks like he needs to take a shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, great movie. I tried to watch The Crystal Skull, which is part 4, and
it's a dog.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's a hard watch.
Here's a little bit of news for you today. The Walt Disney Company, no, probably not today, but the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm announced the release dates for the untitled 9th episode of Star Wars Saga. Excellent. And the next Indiana Jones movie.
Yep.
No.
What is it? The 5th
Reboot.
Indiana Jones series will arrive in theaters July 10th.
So soon?
No,
No,
next
2020.
year. 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
Well, Harrison Ford's not doing it, surely.
Well,
He is.
He
He signed up for
He's
it.
doing it. He's doing it. It was either him or Chris Pratt in a reboot scenario.
He's good. I like
in
Chris Pratt.
everything.
He's in everything.
But I've got to show you
How
this.
many
I've got
franchises
to show
do
you
need,
while
man?
I was doing my research, a product that I found, which is like the ultimate.
Is it a
Indiana
wood
Jones.
dildo?
No, it isn't.
Oh.
An Indiana Jones related product, a melting face
Oh,
candle.
That's awesome.
So it's the guy from the final scene,
Mm.
and you light it up, and his face melts
That
like
is cool.
wax.
Because what is the covenant?
The Ark of the Covenant
Yes.
is the.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
No, it's the case that the commandments are.
The Ten
No.
Commandments.
Okay, so there was a plate. There was some gold chalice or some gold plate that the
I thought it was stone, but okay.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
And
it's
is
conversation.
none of
We'll
it's
take the real with the fake.
It's all anyway. So, I don't believe in God. No, sorry. It's all a big lie. Okay, well, that's a good episode.
Yeah.
I think we can call
Put this
that
on
an
the bed.
episode.
I think we
Yep.
can hear the music coming up right now. Actually,
And I think maybe we might revisit this at some stage because there's
well,
many,
there is a
scenes.
Temple of Doom, and there is a
Crystal of the
no, the other
skulls
one,
and
the other one, the chalice of the palace holds the brew that is true.
Yeah, I like
is
that
it?
one.
That is the one with
Hell.
Junior.
Junior.
Junior Jones. Yeah.
Junior.
What is that? Temple of Doom, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
It is.
screaming at us.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck! No, we can't end it.
Yeah.
Can't end the podcast until this is solved.
It's got. I know it's got shot and cutlery. Yeah. And
the
that-
last
Sean
crusade.
Connery.
The Last Crusade.
That's it. It was there.
Thank you.
All right, end the
Thank you,
podcast.
The last Pusade.
On behalf of Turnstile Records Presents, I'd like to say thank you for listening, and once again, go love yourself.
Pressing the self-destruct button.
I'm Timmy Taco.
Ship will self-destruct
I'm MikeyT.
exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Who are you? One pod left. And the 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod. What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape pods sounds really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should look out. Goodbye.